Okay, welcome back, everyone. So today is the first day of week 23. We haven't been back physically in a long time. And this is like the beginning of the new year, January 31st. That's crazy. We're almost in February now. So do now find your new seats and introduce yourself. Objectives. The objectives are actually because people had different experiences of Zoom. Today is mostly review. Okay. And I'm going to show you today what it would feel like if we actually learned all that stuff physically. So you know how we had all the algebra tiles remotely? You're actually going to get algebra tiles in real life. You're going to see them. Okay. So our objectives, I can combine like terms and multiply using the distributive property. I can show math work is our language objective. Remember, it's all about showing work. And then now you're going to be writing actual work in paper versus on the Google Doc. And then social objectives, I can collaborate with my new teammates and I can ask for feedback at each checkpoint. I decided to put some more visible checkpoints so you can see exactly how far you're doing and how you can get timely feedback as well. Also, I had a chance to process all your exit ticket grades, all your homework grades, and all your test grades, and try to make sense of like, what can I do to make sure that students are understanding the material while also feeling successful, okay? So you'll see some adjustments with some of the classworks, homework, some of the worksheets, some of the exit tickets, as well as the tests moving forward. So for agenda, we'll be talking about Algebra Toolkit, then work on the worksheet, followed by the exit ticket and planner. So Algebra Tiles Toolkit. You're going to be getting a bag of algebra tiles. Okay. When you see this, what do you think of?
Second grade.
It's like toys, right? Yeah, like building blocks. Okay. Let me get it out of your system. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to play with these. Okay. Do whatever you want. Don't throw them. Treat them with respect. So I'll have one member from each team. Go ahead and grab a set. So I gave you guys all 5 minutes to get it out of your system. Playing with the tiles. Remember, these are tools, not toys. Okay, we use them to learn algebra. And then one of the ground rules that we have is when I say 3, 2, 1, hands up, you put your hands up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, hands up. I shouldn't hear any tiles moving. So that means to stop what you're doing with the tiles. And then remember to treat these tools with respect. Okay, each set, each bag is a little, they don't sell them anymore. They're out of stock. And I looked it up on eBay how much they cost. One of these sets is about $100. Okay. So it's very important that we don't lose the pieces and we treat them with respect. They don't sell them anymore. You can only buy them used. So I had to get them imported from one of my colleagues. It was a big box. I think the shipping was like $50 in terms of shipping. It was that heavy. So, and then the last thing is we're going to be guessing the name of each algebra tile. So on your table, you'll see a worksheet that looks like this. And you've had a chance to work with algebra tiles online, but I want to see if you remember what each of these pieces are called. So go ahead and each of the tiles, write down what you think the name is, okay? So that first piece is called a 1. So make sure you write a 1 next to it. Okay, that's a 1. And then class, what do you think about this piece? What do you think this is called?
5.
5, yep, that's a 5. And then what about this one?
5.
Yep, sorry about that. So 1, 5, and 25. Okay? 1, 5, and 25. So if you have any errors, please make sure you correct them. How about this shorter green piece?
What green piece?
What do you guys think?
X?
It's an X, yeah, it's an X. So that's an X. And what about this little small square piece? X squared, yeah. So the reason why it's called X squared is because if you take an X on the length and an X on the width, you form a square. That's why it's called X squared. It's a shape of a square. It's X times X, giving X squared. So this is called X squared. What about this one up here?
Why?
Y 5 or 5Y?
X2, I thought the big one was X.
The shorter ones. So how many x's do you see?
Oh,
5x's.
5X.
5x. They're shorter, right? 5x. Okay. How about this longer one, this longer green one?
Y?
Yeah, it's y. So this represents y. And what about the longer y pieces?
5Y.
5y. Okay. How about the big square?
XY squared.
So I'm going to grab a couple of y pieces. So y right here, another y right here. Connect the two to make a y square. Okay, y times y gives you y squared.
Also, then this is XY squared. Yeah.
And what about the one on the bottom?
Oh, we did. XY squared. Y.
This one here, it's a rectangle. So the width is a length of a y, but the height
It's a length of X.
is the length of an x, so it's called xy. It's not a square. You can't say xy squared. It's not a square.
Oh.
So it's just called xy. Okay, x times y.
No, not 2. Okay.
If you recall, last week we were trying to remove the training wheels off the bicycle so we can practice riding the bicycle, right? If you still need the training wheels, use them. Okay. What I care is that you're getting accurate, but over time, I want you to eventually get off the training wheels and ride the bicycle, especially down the hill. Okay. But we will be returning to these later on when we're doing solving algebra. Right now, we're just simplifying. We're not solving, we're just simplifying. So we'll definitely come back to these later on. If you want to use them, you're more than welcome to use them. If you don't want to use them, just leave them there. So now that we fill out the algebra toolkit, there is one difference about these pieces compared to when you use online. What is the big difference?
The online one has the keyboard.
Yeah, it has the names on there, yeah.
The color?
What about the color? What about the color?
Imagine.
Sure, but there's something else a little different about the colors of these versus the ones that are online.
Only 2 colors. But every single one has a different color.
Yes, there were negative pieces, right?
Yeah, the negative is red.
Right?
The
The
positive-
negatives were red, right? Yeah. Mhm.
positive is blue.
Do we have any negative pieces here?
No.
No.
So you have to figure it out.
So there's a way we're going to represent negatives using these tiles physically. And I'm going to bring up the Algebra Tiles website to show you how you do that physically. So I'm going to click on text box, oops, add colors. And let's say I wanted to do negative 3x plus 5x, okay? If I wanted to do this using the algebra tiles we have physically, what we would do is the following. You take the 5x's, so the short pieces right here, right? We'll draw 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5x's. To show the negative pieces, I would just pauses are at the top. I'll just put 3 negative x's at the bottom. Okay. So when you're building it, if you have 5 x's on the top, and then if you have 3 x's on the bottom, you can see these, think of the top as positive and the bottom as negative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there's no
Yeah.
different colors for the positive and negative. Just put top positive, bottom negative. Okay. Okay, so moving on to the next piece. Today, we're going to start with our worksheet, and I'll pass it out shortly. Collaborate with your partner or teammates, and there will be 3 checkpoints. Every time you reach a checkpoint, call me over and I'll give you feedback. Then I'll sign you off. If you're waiting a little longer, just move ahead and I'll get back to you. Okay. And the worksheet I will pass out shortly. So students, after you finish your worksheet, please make sure you fill out the exit ticket. And your homework for today, right in your planner, is 23.1 Algebra number 3, as well as Algebra number 3 exit ticket. As for extra credit on Excel, please pick between R18 or R19. Must score at least 90 points and submit a score on Google, submit a screenshot on Google Classroom so you receive credit. If you want more extra credit, just do both of them. Take care and have a nice day.